We are recording.
All right. Last time,
I'm dragging these nuts. Sorry.
Sylvia was being haunted. Ophelia found some new information about the serial killer now terrorizing New Orleans. Now, we're in a haunted house. Well, not haunted. An old abandoned house. And Jade has a knife pressed to her throat. By Mel, a young lady, a vampire, who is staring daggers at Rhys. And in a chair hanging above them with a noose around his neck is Garrett, an old, blind, elderly veteran. Mel has given an ultimatum. Rhys needs to choose. Save Jade and let Garrett die, or free Garrett and Jade dies. She's given you 2 minutes. That time starts now.
And will immediately look over to Mel and Jade, and he'll say, "Don't do it." But his eyes aren't locked on either of them, but looking past them to who he knows is standing behind Mel.
9.
Marcus.
Come in. 8.
Hi, it's me.
Who's standing behind Mel?
Marcus.
All right, Marcus. What do you do?
7.
You're counting down, okay. As soon as I'm assuming you have a gun to her
Yep.
head.
It just inches away.
She
6.
I need you to make a wits and composure roll.
Always gotta just find composure. Always finding it.
You gotta compose
It's
yourself.
It's by resolve.
I'm so blanking. Help. Cannot find anything right now.
Are both attributes, if that helps. It's a social attribute.
Yes.
So, composure. Okay. I was looking at something completely different. No. DC? Or difficulty?
Straight roll. Her eyes meet yours and you freeze. You can't move. Your finger's on the trigger, but no matter how hard you try to pull it, nothing can break your... It's like you've been frozen by Medusa, and that's what her eyes show. They are reptilian, and they are burning like embers, as if it can pierce your very soul. None of that. This is Rhys's choice. 1 minute left.
Mel, please, just let her go.
Choose, Rhys!
He'll pause momentarily, and then he'll call up, Garrett? Buddy?
Rhys, help!
Mel, I can't choose.
20 seconds.
Rhys, you'd best pick. Or tell us what to do.
I don't know,
10.
Fine.
9.
Jade, let her go! Let Jade go!
8.
Please.
She stops. And she smiles. She lets go of Jade. And then she goes over to a rope.
Mel.
It's already frayed.
Please.
You can see that Garrett has his head has slumped, and tears are falling down his cheeks. Mel walks over to the rope, and she uses the dagger
Could
and slices through it.
fuck. Okay.
The rope falls. There's a sickening snap. And he's gone. Rhys. You watch your old friend hanging there. You gain 3 stains on your humanity.
Oh dear.
Fuck. Okay, what can I do? A lot, but nothing that Rhys would want me to do.
I think I did that right. Did I do? Oh no, that one, this one.
Panic!
Panic. Do I fill in boxes or do I
No,
uncheck
just check.
boxes?
Just check boxes. Just check the boxes.
I did. I filled them in.
It's just 3 checks. It's just 3 checks. It's all it is. That's all you need.
Also, Marcus, the spell has now ended.
Ophelia's gonna just look at Marcus with a look of just like, I know you're pissed, but if you do anything, I will be on you. I'll be on your ass like napalm in Vietnam.
Thank you, Rhys. Let this be a lesson
Sure.
to you.
And he just looks back down at the ground.
You know, I'm feeling pretty hungry. And she pounces on Jade.
No.
Ophelia's immediately
Jade,
going.
I need you to make me a Dex Athletics.
Alrighty, let's do this. Takes 2 to tango.
Ophelia, once that she can, she's going to blink. At
Any difficulty or just a
Straight roll.
straight roll? Cool.
How many dice are you rolling?
1, 2, 3, 5.
Give me a moment.
One. I think my computer's deciding to have a stroke.
Yeah.
I love it when it does that. Alright, there you go. Ooh. Ugh. Only 2 successes.
Jade, she got 4.
Shit.
you can Jade re-roll dice?
No.
Oh no. Oh.
You do have
I'm-
willpower.
Yeah, you have willpower. You
Yeah.
could re-roll
Yeah, hold
3
on.
willpower dice.
Let's let's do that. Let's. Right. Willpower.
Damn.
Fuck.
So
So only 3 successes.
she still wins.
Jade, you try to struggle, but her fangs sink into your shoulder and you are boneless. You start to feel cold. Much, much colder. This bite isn't like Marcus's. It is savage and hungry. It's like she's chewing a hole in your shoulder.
I think all Jade could do in that moment, she's limp in her arms and she just cries, Marcus! Help!
The blackness around the edges of your vision starts to close in. You can feel your heart hammering in your chest. What do the rest of you do?
Ophelia will use blink.
Mm-hmm.
First, she's gonna blink up to. It's Mai, right?
Yes. It's Mel.
Mel. So Ophelia's first thought is we got to get those jaws off of Jade. So Ophelia is going to. Are they like lying on the ground or like standing up?
Standing up.
Ophelia is going to blink and just kick Mel's jaw after she blinks.
All right.
But
Strength plus brawl.
she's going to also activate prowess after that blink. So she failed that hunger check for blink, and then she passed that one for prowess, so she adds her potence to that kick.
Okay.
Strength plus brawl. 8. 8 successes.
You beat her by 4. You just kick. It's like a pile driver straight to her face. Her teeth rip out of Jade's shoulder. Blood sprays in the air. Jade, you collapse to the floor. You can feel yourself growing weaker.
Marcus, get your woman.
I grab Jade and I'm gone.
You run. Mel flies across the room. It looks like she's lost one of her teeth. She spits out a little bit of blood and squares up with Ophelia.
Listen,
Fair play.
listen, I don't care what you have to say. You hurt people and you upset Rhys. I don't like it, but I'll manage it. The second you touch one of my few friends is when we got a problem. So I will give you a choice here and now. Rhys doesn't want me to kill you, and I want to respect that. But, and I will give you one opportunity. If you do not leave this fucking instant and do not come near us ever again, then I will make you feel pain and suffering only the witch that have ever been experienced in Italy. Pick your choice.
I've heard a lot about you. Whatever pain you could do to me will never account for the amount of suffering that I have been through.
Let's find out.
I don't want to fight you.
Too bad.
I will leave. I will leave. But consider this a warning of things to come. there's a revolution happening. We will take our place as rulers.
Ophelia's gonna fire a shot from her shotgun into the air. Just boom! As like a warning. Before angling the barrel at her.
You can't stop us. You can't stop all of us.
I don't need to.
I've been set free.
I don't need to stop you.
I just needed this final tether. And she looks at Rhys.
5, 4.
Rhys is
She disappears.
Rhys is on his knees, basically staring at the ground and twitching.
Ophelia is going to replace the shell, put her sawed-off back, and then she's just going to promptly kind of pick up Rhys like a sack of flour, tuck him under her arm, and leave.
In his state, he's going to take his hand and just swipe it at Ophelia's face.
Oh.
Not really knowing he's not there mentally, so he just felt something touch him and he just reacts.
Ophelia will and then she's you're not supposed to shake the baby. Maybe I should shake the baby. Ophelia's gonna shake the baby. Rhys, snap out of it.
Just limp in her arms.
All right, I'll do. All right.
Give me a wits and awareness check from both of you.
Awareness plus wits. I got 2 successes.
Wits. Oh god, where's wits?
It's right under intelligence.
Thank you.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yes, because I am very intelligent.
3.
It's not hard to beat.
Rhys and Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a faint wheeze from the collapsed chair in the center of the room.
Ophelia is going
Just
to
immediately snapped out of it. Garrett? He rushes over.
Ophelia's gonna run after also.
Rhys will pull out the knife that he carries and just cut the rope loose. Garrett? Garrett?
Hey,
Rhys. Garrett, I'm sorry.
Rhys, I hate to say this, but you can save him. Someone of us can save him.
I can't.
And Rhys is going. I'm sorry, Ophelia's gonna grab Rhys under his chin and pull his face to look at and deep in her eyes. Ophelia does not have her normal neutral expression on here. It's one of almost as if asking for permission. I can save him.
Rhys.
Make
Looks
a choice.
back down at Garrett. What is it? What is it? God, Garrett, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Rhys. I had a good run with you. Not your fault.
It is. It is. I hurt her. It was my fault. I hurt her and she hurt you.
Right. You can't save all the men in a troop.
You did.
Rhys, tell me in war.
Save those who can be saved first.
He nods. He coughs. There's a bit of blood on the edge of his lips.
Ophelia, just out of respect, will put a cigarette in his mouth and light it for him. Give him something.
He takes a shaky breath.
It's probably not as nice as the stuff you're used to, but I figured.
Rhys,
Buddy?
I knew I wasn't gonna make it out of this.
Blood just dripping down Rhys's face in tears.
You have a new troop now, soldier. Protect them. Leave old dogs like us to rest. Understood, soldier?
And Rhys will shakily catch a breath, in a sense. Sir, yes, sir.
Rhys, you were the best soldier I knew. And I knew. And he shakily reaches up a hand and presses it over your still heart. I knew. Even if your heart doesn't beat, you've still got one.
He's holding Garrett in his arm, holding one of his other hands. His other hand.
Take care of it.
I will. Promise.
Protect them. Protect them.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell the boys. We'll be waiting on ya. And a tear slips from his eye as the hand against your chest slowly goes limp. Rhys, you can remove one stain.
He's just sitting there, holding him.
Ophelia just stands and watches, and then gently speaks as she comes over and kneels next to Rhys, offering them a cigarette.
No thanks.
Ophelia kind of just gestures again. It's not a habit I think you'd pick up, but in situations like this, as I've found when it comes to times like this, it's good to have a nice last one with a friend.
He'll take the one that Garrett had and put it in his mouth instead.
Ophelia looks down at Garrett. I have a personal belief that even we go somewhere after death. I don't know where. But you'd best make the most of this, 'cause I think they'd be pretty pissed if you showed up way before your time.
My time, huh? Hey, Ophelia?
Yeah?
You think we can get him buried with honors?
Ophelia takes a deep drag of her cigarette and blows out. Tap, tap, tap. You happen to be in luck, Rhys. One of the things I was working on was fixing up the old cemetery. There used to be a statue of a pretty unsavory fellow that we had removed. I think a nice mausoleum would be good for him. What do you think?
Yeah. He always had to show the rest of us up. A mausoleum, I think, works.
Well, as I've learned with some of these old army types, and she gently closes his eyes and looks to Rhys for like permission to like kind of pick him up.
Wave her off and he'll pick Garrett up instead.
Ophelia puts a hand on her shoulder. These armored types, these older ones, they go when they're ready. But sometimes that same training that lets you survive for so long it makes you survive for too long in some cases. This man was tired. You are someone he looked to. So live for him. Do not die for others.
You know, he would have been pissed at me if I had let a girl get hurt. And look what happened. Jade. We have to go find Jade.
And Ophelia's gonna put a hand on your shoulder and is like, here's what you're gonna do. And Ophelia's gonna give Rhys the like information for a mortuary place. I know a guy there. Take him there first. Get your affairs in order. I'll check on Jade. Take your time.
Marcus.
Grieve. Then
Marcus.
come join us.
Marcus, where did you take Jade?
I rushed Jade to Max in the car. I have already used my jacket to kind of slow down the healing.
The bleeding?
Yeah, the bleeding. I look at
Yeah,
Max.
that's a.
Wait.
Marcus, give me an intelligence and medicine check.
Intelligence.
Is that going to be a new thing now?
Difficulty.
Give me a straight roll.
Nah, give a lesbian roll.
Never straight, always forward.
Marcus.
Oof.
Do you want to re-roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna willpower that.
You can re-roll 2.
Okay. Please, come on. Okay.
It's better
I'll
than
take
none.
1.
Rhys. Not Rhys. Marcus, you can tell Jade has lost a lot of blood. When Ophelia ripped Mel off her, she must have gotten an artery. There's so much blood. I need you to give me a willpower roll to resist frenzy.
Straight roll?
The resist frenzy? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
You're at her neck. before you can stop yourself. By the wound, you dig in. It's delicious.
Wait, I only have one hunger. Panic.
Jade. The blackness at the edges of your vision is starting to creep in closer.
Marcus.
You can feel your body slowly start to go numb.
Marcus.
I need another
Please.
willpower roll. Marcus. Another resist frenzy.
Yeah, there we
Yes.
go.
Holy shit.
You,
Fuck.
you see, you hear the weak voice. You look at Jade. She's pale as a sheet. You realize, even as Max shouts at you that he's going to a hospital, she won't make it there.
Jade, I can save you. I need you to say you're okay with it.
I
Who's-
think Jade is. Her eyes are fluttering slowly, just trying to keep hold of what life she has left. And I think she. It's okay. Just do it. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
And
she
Jade,
nods.
your vision goes black. Marcus, you know that the embrace must happen quickly. And to do that, you must feed her your blood as she dies.
Max, find an alley now. And Marcus rips his wrist and starts feeding Jade.
Jade, you are in bliss. There's no light, there's no warmth or cold, just nothing. And then you're roused from this void. You feel your body cease. You feel your heart, your breath. It shudders, then stops. But your mind is filled with deep pleasure. And as you open your eyes, you see Marcus with his wrist to your mouth. And you awaken to your first night.
Awaken. Take the land. Take it.
Oh. Fuck. Okay. I think She takes a light hand and pulls Marcus's wrist away from her mouth, and she sits up and she just
Marcus,
kisses him.
you can see, just peeking out from her lips, the pair of fangs. The small fangs have lengthened into full-blooded kindred's fangs. Her skin is cool to the touch. You can sense no heartbeat. Though she still has the ragged wound in her shoulder, it is slowly starting to close as she kisses you deeply.
Marcus obviously returns the kiss and wraps his arms around her into the tightest hug as a single tear rolls down his cheek.
She's hugging him right back. She's tight as ever. She's weeping for the first time. And instead of tears, it's blood. Dark crimson down her cheeks for the first time. Probably not the last.
Jade, as you part and see the blood, you feel the dryness in your throat. You feel the knife in your guts. You are hungrier than you've ever been before.
Oh. That.
It's not fun. It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, no.
Just
God, I
don't
feel like my insides are ripping at itself.
don't let it win just yet. Just hold on a little bit. Max,
I'm
take us
trying.
home.
Okay. He
Fast.
floors it. He floors it. Within minutes, you're home.
Jade is trying her hardest to get up to the apartment as fast as possible. Just avoid. Just
Listen to my voice. I got you. We're almost there. Just 2 more steps. I'm right
I'm
here with
so
you.
goddamn hungry.
I know. No. Just a little bit more. We're almost there.
You make it
Mark.
back to your apartment.
Rip opens the door and just kind of enters. She
I
knows
will
where the
instantly
blood's
run to the.
kept. She's
Marcus
already
is
running
on
for
it.
it.
He's running. Side by side in tandem. Like,
Yep. Fucking hand in hand at this point.
Yep. You throw open the fridge and there are a few blood bags there.
She immediately grabs one and just starts drinking it. She needs this feeling to stop. She needs it to stop. It needs to stop.
Jade, as you drink, the taste is stale, like wine that had been left out too long. But it slakes the dryness in your throat and the boiling in your stomach, the clawing. It quiets down.
Fuck.
It's not gone completely, but it is no longer the most pressing feeling in your body.
think she looks at Marcus and kind of has this half smile of, we're okay. We're gonna be okay. And I think she grabs another blood bag. She is hungry.
You continue to drink. Ophelia and Rhys, as you step out onto the front yard, you see that the car is gone. Sylvia slowly emerges from behind you, and she's also crying.
Sylvia, where'd they go?
Why do...
Is Jade?
I don't know. I don't know anything. Don't know anything. Why? Why do they do this? Will he do that to me? And she gets a 1,000-yard stare as she sort of runs her hands up into her hair and starts muttering to herself quietly.
Ophelia dials Marcus's number on her phone and calls.
Marcus, your phone buzzes.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, good, you answered. If you didn't, I was going to climb your building. Is Jade alive, or... And she kind of looks back at, like, Rhys and Sylvia. Or alive as she's going to be from now on.
As alive as she's going to be from now on.
Great, we'll meet at Broken. Boop. Alright, she's fine.
Rhys will quirk his eyebrow up. That didn't sound... You know what? She's okay?
She's
alive?
She's not alive, but she's okay.
Oh god. And Rhys will kind of...
Sylvia suddenly grips Rhys's arm. Her eyes have rolled back in her head. There are tears flowing. It almost looks like she has a seizure for a moment. And
Sylvia?
then gasping, she returns to herself and just grips onto your arms and says, "There's a war coming. There's a war coming. There's a war coming. There's something coming. There's something coming. There's something coming. There's
Okay.
something coming.
Hey,
something bad. Something bad. Something
Ophelia.
bad. Something bad."
Ophelia!
Yeah,
Come here.
I'm standing right here, Rhys. I see what's happening.
Well, can you
Something.
try calming her down? I don't want to put Garrett down.
Ophelia's going to, like, pick up Sylvia, tuck Sylvia under her arm, and she's gonna be like, "Rhys, go to the mortuary. I'll take care of Sylvia and make sure she gets home. Go now."
Something bad. Something bad. Something bad. Something bad.
Hey,
Something bad. There's
Sylvia,
a war.
hey.
Rhys, now. I will handle it.
Fine. And he'll head out,
Ophelia.
taking back routes.
Yeah, Ophelia's gonna, like, kind of lift Sylvia up under the arms, like one holds up a precious puppo, and just like like mildly shakes Sylvia. "There's a war coming. It's pretty evident by what the lady inside said. What's going on? Talk to me."
Fuck. Okay. Well, shit. I can't describe it, but
Do the best you can.
there's a lot. There's a wave of black ooze, like, creeping over the city, except it's not ooze like Ghostbusters. It's like blood, like old dead black blood and fresh blood, and it's slowly creeping over the city like a tsunami, starting from the lake and going in.
Shake, shake,
and
shake,
it's
shake, shake, shake,
so-
shake, 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 shake. Okay.
Yeah!
Okay, I understand. You're spiraling. We don't need that. Things are happening. That's to be expected. It's not good, but now we have that information. Here's what you need to do, okay? You're gonna go home and you need to relax. If I find out that you did not breathe and relax, if you do not find out you breathe and relax, I'm going to find the tallest building and dangle you from it by your foot.
She looks very terrified, but she nods.
Now,
Okay.
she sets Sylvia. She's like, I'm going to put you down now. Sets
Okay.
Sylvia down. Is like, you okay?
Yeah,
All right.
I want to go home.
All right. It's like, all right. And it's like, do you have money for an Uber?
I can find the trolley.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Ophelia's gonna pull like a couple fives from her wallet, like lick her thumb, like.
As you turn around, she's disappeared.
Oh. Ophelia's like gonna put the money back and just light a cigarette and just. Then she's gonna call Molly.
You call Molly. It takes a few rings. You hear club music sort of muffled in the background, and you just hear, "Hey, babe."
Hey, things are crazy today. Tonight, I should say. A lot of shit has
What
happened.
happened?
I'll explain to you later with everyone else. For now, just know that some crazy shit happened. We have a new bitey friend, and if the deranged ramblings of someone in our group is to be trusted, there's some people that some not good people have started to be around here in New Orleans.
Okay, yeah, that does kind of sound like a lot. My shift is almost up. So do you want me to like meet you somewhere, or?
I'll meet you there. I'll walk you back with me, since you're staying with me right now.
All right, no problem.
All right. Ophelia then's gonna hang up, put the cigarette in her mouth, and just start walking.
All right. So just to recap, Ophelia, you're going back to Broken.
Well, she's gonna
Marcus, Jade.
pick up Molly first, and then go to Broken.
Uh-huh. Okay. Jade, Marcus, you're going to meet Ophelia there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
but
Rhys.
I think Jade is gonna clean up first, you know.
Yes.
I might want to
Just-
get in
I'll
the shower
say-
real quick.
Yeah.
There's an hour that passes. So, yeah. Jade, you clean up. Marcus, you probably do as well.
Yeah.
Rhys, you take the body to the mausoleum. Not the mausoleum, to the mortuary. And the staff member is a bit perturbed to see blood all over your face, but he doesn't question it when you mention Ophelia's name, and he assures you that Mr. Garrett will be in good hands.
Would probably also clean up, but he would do it, in a, nearby sink or something. He's not gonna go back to his apartment before meeting.
You can ask to sort of like borrow the restroom to clean up and the the staff obliges and lets you clean up, even offers a few tissues. And then you're back out into the night. It takes an hour for all of you to reconvene at Broke and Broken. At this time of the night, it's starting to wind down. It's around 2 a.m. So patrons are being shooed out. The bar is starting to be cleaned and shut down. Kitchen's been closed for a few hours. You meet in sort of the back area.
Ophelia just is like smoking and she just lets out like a long sigh, just
Molly is rubbing your shoulders.
Is Molly standing on like a step stool?
Well, if you're sitting down.
Oh yeah, she's
probably...
yeah, she's sitting. I just love the idea of Molly on a step stool. Like, I hope. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, Molly rubs Ophelia's shoulders and she has sort of a faraway look on her face.
Ophelia has
God,
yeah. Sorry.
That sounds horrible.
It has been interesting tonight, to say the least.
I mean, poor Rhys. Like, nobody should be given a choice like that.
Ophelia doesn't respond.
And to hear her gloat after the fact, that's just fucking horrible.
Again, Ophelia does not respond. Just as sad as that
Is
was.
he coming here?
Yeah. As sad as this was, the thing that I'm most worried about is the ramblings I told you about.
Oh yeah. That other lady.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Sent her home to rest, get their mind figured out, sorted. Ophelia.
So she saw a tsunami?
It was a vision, but unlike things that are normally said, it's with things like this, they tend to be a bit more loosey-goosey, less forward. You have to really know how to interpret what you're seeing. And if what I saw is to be believed, or what they told me is to be believed, shit is going to get crazy. And to be perfectly honest, normally I would just be annoyed, but now it's starting to affect my friends. Therefore, it's become a bother.
What are the rest of you doing when you arrive? When do you arrive?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think when we would arrive.
Rhys would probably be last, most likely.
Fashionably late. That's when you arrive.
Yes.
Fashionably late.
For something, it's like not even late. You just show up and it's like, we're fashionably late. The fuck are you talking about? We didn't set a time for this.
whenever Jade and Marcus arrive, Jade is basically glued to Marcus's side. She's
Cling.
the fear from nearly dying is still very much eating at her. And now it's not just the fear of dying, it's the fear of, well, now I can't die.
The fear
Not
of
in a
living.
traditional sense.
Don't worry, I feel that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Going from mortal to
Immortal?
not exactly immortal.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Semi-immortal.
Semi-immortal. Immortal until proven otherwise.
Bimortal sexual.
It's definitely like starting to eat at her. She's trying her best to put on a brave face, but she is scared.
Marcus
Rise, you
is.
arrive. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was
Jinx.
gonna
No,
say
you go
Marcus is. Marcus is obviously like really overly protective at this point. Just trying to make sure that Jade is comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like just as much as Jade is clinging to him, he is clinging to her.
Molly spots Jade from across the bar and walks over and just gives her a gentle hug.
And Jade hugs her right back, and it lasts a few seconds, and she lets go. And she just a thin smile. She's happy to
So-
still be around.
So she looks like she wants to ask a question, but she sort of shakes her head and then just leads you over.
And she kind of just nods and follows.
Ophelia, like, if Ophelia could look any more just done with shit, that's how she doesn't look tired. She just looks done with this shit.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Jade, how are you feeling?
Different.
Yeah, you'll get used to that.
I don't know if I ever will. It's just. There's so much going through my head right now.
You'll have all the time in the world to compartmentalize it.
Oh. I guess that's one of the advantages, huh? All the time in the world.
Yep. Ophelia has like is of course, you know, there is an ashtray next to Ophelia. It is very, very, very full. She has not been here long, but this ashtray is if she was human, it's concerningly full.
Yeah, she's like smoked a whole box at this point.
Yeah.
Rise, you arrive soon after.
He'll kind of glance around and he catches sight of everyone before he'll go up to the bar and just kind of look at the bartender and be like, "You mind if I order a bottle of something still?"
Sure. Last sale for the night, though. Make it quick.
Put it on my tab.
You got
Figure
it.
out. Whatever's your strongest.
You want red or white?
You got anything harder than that?
Oh, I got it pretty hard. It just depends on your stature. I know what the boss likes.
Red, if you have it.
He nods and he pulls out an older looking bottle. Looks like it's been refilled, but it's warm. He hands it to you.
Thanks. Rhys will just pop it open and head over to the table. He's not looking at Jade or Marcus before he just sits down.
Alright.
Rhys, sweetie. And Molly comes over and hugs Rhys.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, honey, you're not. You're not. And that's okay. I wish I could do more to help. That Ophelia filled me in, and I'm so sorry. Nobody should go through that.
It's whatever, right? Rhys says as he opens the satchel he has and he just pulls out a bag of blood, mixing the alcohol into it, not even really caring what's happening.
You open the bottle and it's already smelling like blood,
Ophelia.
but with
Fantastic.
that alcoholic tinge.
Ophelia's rubbing like her head. Rhys, do you honestly think that the guy would ask you if you wanted red or white and not assume? You know what? Never mind. It's late.
Is chugging as fast as he can.
Yeah, Ophelia's just, it's late. Everything is fucked. Apparently there's a war coming. But we have to figure things out now. So, let's go in order. Jade, Marcus, Jade. Things are new now. Introduce yourself as if you're new. We all know you, but Jade's new to this. So, introduce yourself.
Is this like a meet and greet or?
What?
I'm guessing it's like
Ophelia.
clan.
Yeah. Ophelia's basically just like say hello to her as if you've never introduced yourself, as if you've never met these people. Now, since you're now one of us. One of us. One of us.
One of us.
One of us.
Okay. Jade Martinez. She kind of looks at Marcus. Toreador.
Pleasure to meet you.
Marcus gives off a very shy smile, and if he could, he would be blushing right now.
Alright, now that that's taken care of, Rhys. You're allowed to not be okay. Bad things happened, and it happened to somebody that it didn't need to happen to. As such, again, you're allowed to not be okay. In fact, if you were doing perfectly okay, I'd have to kick the shit out of you, because that would mean that you're someone not to be trusted. Now, now, as you guys see, Sylvia isn't here. I sent her home. I had to shake the baby a couple times, but she's home. Now, she did give me some information that is a little, unnerving. Ophelia lights another cigarette as she snubs out the one that's like in this ashtray. There's a decent pile in this ashtray already.
I'm about to take those from you.
Ophelia gives Marcus a look of "I fucking dare you." If you've ever seen the Venture Bros, it's just like the scene is like, "I'm gonna
There's
have to
a fog cloud in here. Wait.
I'm gonna have to confiscate that. Go ahead, take it from me."
Dare you?
Ophelia just looks at him and is like, "Anyways, apparently, there is a war coming. Something not well is beginning to float across our little section of the world. And as much as I would like to agree, much as I would like to believe it's the deranged ramblings of a person who just watched a man get hung by the neck in an old rusty building, it doesn't check out for that to equate. Too many things have been happening too quickly and too consistently as of late. No. Things are not going well, and we need to keep our eyes and ears out for anything. We need to be prepared."
How prepared are we talking? Because there's quite the difference depending on just how bad the situation is.
If I were to give you my honest opinion, believe me, I won't. But all I can say is that while we need to remain aware and vigilant, we can't do too much to insinuate. We need to learn more information before we act. Kind of does like a half-sided glare, not glare, but half-sided like look at Rhys.
Rhys will pull the bottle away and just kind of laugh. Prepare for a war. What did she say? A revolution, she said. That she needed to be free, she said. Ha! And he'll start chugging the bottle again.
Molly stays your hand and just says, "Rise. Stop. You're gonna hurt yourself this way. I know you're fucking immortal. Don't give me that shit, but I've seen regulars like you. They throw their whole lives away just to dull the pain that they felt. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to feel your pain, but I don't even know what I'm fucking trying to say. Don't hurt yourself like this. Don't push away. Don't become cold. That's not the Rhys I know."
Kind of pull his hand away and look at Molly and just, without even thinking, he'd be like, "You don't really know me that well, do you?" And he'll turn away with the bottle.
That was low, Rhys.
Enough.
You can see Molly's eyes start to well up, and she just says, like her lip trembles, and she just
Will slowly
she
turn
smacks
back.
you. Fine then. Throw your fucking eternity away. I won't watch you drink yourself to death. And then she runs upstairs.
Ophelia watches that and then kind of looks at Rhys. She's right, you know.
Puts the bottle on the table. If
you had just what?
If I hadn't been here, she wouldn't have shown up.
How do you know that?
Because she was looking for me. And now, not only is one of my best friends dead, I killed Jade!
You didn't kill Jade.
Guys, it's not your fault. This was going to happen one way or another. Albeit this was a little rushed for my taste, but
Dan, Jade, it's just like Mel. She didn't get a choice. I didn't give you a choice.
Were you never young, Rhys?
I was young and stupid. I was
Exactly.
on the front lines in a war.
Exactly. Young and stupid. At one point in our lives, even Marcus, no, more so Marcus, were young and stupid.
Fuck off.
We make mistakes. In our youth is the time that we make mistakes. However, while those mistakes will come back to bite us, the most important thing to do is not to curl up, scrunch up, and give up because of it. No. What you are to do is to learn and grow from it. You feel as if you have failed someone. You failed no one. I listened to him while he spoke to you in his last moments. That was not the voice of someone who saw you as a failure, who saw you as something to be disappointed of. He wanted you to live your life. How can you live your life if you continue to blame yourself for things outside of your control?
Just... I don't know.
You don't need
Just
to
all
know.
so messed up.
You don't need to know. That's why we learn.
We'll finally look up and actually look at Jade for the first time since he arrived. I'm
Jade, has
sorry.
anything changed about your appearance besides your fangs?
She's black.
her eyes are just slightly more orange hued, well, red hued. Like they're still dark in color, but they're just the slightest hint of red. Her skin is also like slightly clearer. Just the inhuman beauty aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's the same old Jade.
Frozen in time.
I'm sorry that you got involved and it rushed plans.
Rhys. Yes, this did rush plans, but I knew the risks. I thankfully had Marcus to kind of, brief me on the risks of being a ghoul, and then the potential risks of being, well, what we are now. It's going to be okay.
Life is all risks, Rhys. Anyone who tries to go through life without taking risks is just asking for trouble. Instead of running from the risks and running from the fear, it's better to learn, to grow, to better oneself through this. Because if you don't, Lights another cigarette. You'll end up like me.
Rhys will then look over at Marcus. And I'm sorry to you too. I'm sorry I put her in that position.
It's not your fault, and I don't blame you for it. We all knew the risk going in there with you of what could have happened and what did happen.
Will slowly stand up. I'm gonna go see Molly, but Ophelia, I'm pretty sure we should prepare for a war. I wasn't totally joking about that.
Who said anything
Something
about...
Oh, God.
Who said anything about joking? I'm my mind right now is simply to allow you to grieve and get through your own head. However, after that, you prepare. It's not the first one of these I've had to deal with. Taps her cigarette. Marcus, Jade, you should both be getting home. Marcus, you have some things to teach Jade. We'll meet up again.
Yeah.
We'll meet up in a couple days. I think we all need a break for a little bit.
I think that's a plan.
Good. I'll be here. Rhys, do what you gotta do and then get home, okay? No
Will
rush.
do.
No rush.
He'll wander up to where Molly went.
Molly is plopped on the couch. Sort of, you can hear like a few sniffles as her back is turned away from the slightly open door. It looks like the door was slammed and then it popped back open. She is curled up on the couch, hugging a pillow, looking away from the door.
Rhys will gently knock on the door. Miss Molly?
Go away. You made your point.
I made an unfair and wrong point. Please, may I come in?
She kind of sits up and looks back at you. You can tell that she's been crying, and she sort of scooches over on the couch wordlessly, still hugging a pillow, sort of moping.
He'll slowly wander in, and he'll sit kind of on the floor next to her, gently touching her leg. I'm sorry for what I said. You were just caring about me, and I was in my own grief. Easier to blame myself and deal with things that way. You know, it doesn't usually affect other people. Here is the first time I've really had a home.
Molly is quiet for a minute, and then she looks at you. Did Ophelia ever tell you why I'm so good at drinking?
No, Miss Molly, she hasn't.
It's because my mother was good at it too. She died
See.
when I was 20.
I'm
Liver
so
failure.
sorry.
So, I followed in her footsteps, and I started self-medicating. I wound up in a bad place, teetering on the edge of an even worse path. And then Ophelia found me and brought me to Madame Whisper. she got me help.
I'm glad.
And I vowed that any girl, any friend that I meet who's on the edge of that, I extend my hand. And if they smack it away from me, then I leave. Because I don't want to watch another person I care about drink themselves into an early grave.
I had no idea.
I guess we both don't know a lot about each other.
Yeah, I'm not very good at opening up, am I?
No. She kind of gets a slight smile on her face and she wipes her tears.
He'll reach up and
I'm sorry for
also
yelling at you.
wipe her tears gently.
She is kind of surprised, but lets you do it. I'm sorry for yelling at you. We're both hurting, and hurt people hurt other people sometimes.
Yeah. I'm sorry for pulling away. If you'd maybe give me another chance, I'd like a hand.
She smiles and she scoots a little closer. And she gives you a kiss on the forehead right over your third eye.
It hurts.
It doesn't hurt. It actually feels quite pleasant.
Good.
The fact that you apologized already gave you a second chance. Just don't throw away this one. Because you aren't getting a third.
Miss Molly, if I ever try to throw away or do something stupid, I really hope that Ophelia hits me next time. Because I know that would be the end of me there.
I didn't hurt you, did I? And she gently cups your face.
I think I managed to wound my own ego and pride more. So don't worry about me.
I think I know something that might make it feel a little bit better.
What's that?
She leans down and kisses your cheek where she slapped it.
This will smile. Yeah, Miss Molly, I think that took care of everything.
She smiles and rests a hand over yours where it's on her knee.
Thank you. For caring.
Of course. I guess that's just one of my flaws. I care a lot.
This buddy of mine told me, you've got the heart. Don't lose it. He's right. And he'll slowly stand up. Well, Miss Molly, I do need to be going before, the sun. But,
Yeah.
thank you again. And, if you ever need me, he does a kind of theatrical flourished bow. You know where to find me.
And you can always call on me if you need somebody.
Will do.
I don't think Ophelia will give as kind-hearted advice.
Well, she's got her own type of advice. She was
She's a big old softie once you get to know her.
she was. I asked her to hold back. Maybe I shouldn't have, but she listened.
That's what friends do.
Yeah. Well, good night, Miss Molly.
Good night, Rhys.
Until wander out.
As like Rhys passes by Ophelia, she just she's not smoking anymore, but the ashtray is a lot more full than when Rhys left. Rhys has not been gone that long. Feeling better?
Yeah. He'll glance over at the ashtray. You?
Ophelia kind of like does like a side look to Rhys before looking back at like just forward. I'll exist. Get home safe.
And Ophelia?
Yo,
Thanks for tonight. I know that was probably not easy, but you
things.
didn't kill her.
Ophelia will stand up like and dump the ashtray out in the trash and then put it on the bar and like give a nod to like the bartender. Something you should know about me, Rhys. Something you'll learn about me, Rhys, in due time. I don't enjoy killing, so it is actually a lot easier than you realize. And Ophelia will then just go
You
upstairs.
did cut out for a second.
Oh,
sorry.
it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
She said, she's like, something you should know about me, Rhys. I don't enjoy killing nearly as much as you might think. So doing what I did tonight for you was a lot easier than a lot of the other shit I've done. And then she's just gonna go upstairs without another word.
Take the bottle that he had been drinking. And he'll just toss it in the trash as he walks out.
You are a little bit more buzzed, so you feel a bit numb and a bit floaty as you walk. I'm assuming you're probably getting the bus or trolley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give me a remorse test. Wait, hold on. You didn't do stains right. You were at 7 humanity.
I didn't know.
You have 2 stains.
It wouldn't
There
let me
go.
do that.
My bad.
So sad.
I should have
No, it's
marked
my
it
bad.
down.
Thank you.
Panic.
But it is time for that remorse test.
So just boop.
Woo!
With the comfort of your coterie and of Garrett's last words to you, the guilt eases slightly. You feel over your chest where Garrett had touched it. You do still have a heart, though it doesn't beat now. Now we're going to shift into a bit of an interlude. As you think back to those days on the battlefield, you think back to the moment where you should have died. What was happening at that point.
Sorry, you cut out a little there, Moon. What was that?
What was happening the day you were embraced?
So it was what feels like any other day, as much as it can when you're in a war. It was supposed to be almost my birthday, I remember. And Rhys was called out, as usual, to one of the front lines. But this time was different. Someone or something was waiting for the ambulances to arrive. And mortars rained down on us. It was a disaster. All I remember was the driving and then bright lights and sounds that broke my eardrums. And when Rhys woke up again, he could just hear ringing. His eyes, everything was foggy. People, things everywhere. And Rhys couldn't move. He wanted to move, but he couldn't. And he didn't realize that one of the mortars had hit so close that his left side was basically blown open. And he just remembers.
You felt a hand on your shoulder. You couldn't see them, but you could hear them. I can help you, but you will struggle. You will war with yourself for decades, centuries to come. But it is possible to fight that inner beast and subdue it, and to attain peace. I can let you lay here, and you can achieve your paradise, or I can give you my life force, and you can help your men that you can still save.
I want to help them.
The choice is yours.
Please, please let me help them.
You are sure?
Always.
Then it is done. The world goes black, and you awaken back on the battlefield, but you're whole, intact. Your clothes are still shredded, but it's like you awoke from a bad dream into another nightmare. Your body is buzzing. You can tell something's different, but adrenaline's still coursing through you. You fall into routine. You help your men. You save many lives that day. But as the dawn breaks, you feel your body become sluggish, and you feel the hunger, and you feel a primal fear that you need to hide from the light. So you hide in an old foxhole. You do not sleep, but you fall into that same unmoving stupor, like when the mine hit. It's not until days, weeks later that you realize what you are. You find yourself wandering into the medic bay, and you see a man in the middle of a blood transfusion. And your mouth waters. You feel some kind of force grip your gut. You're hungry. You're hungrier than you've ever been. What do you do?
At that time, would probably not have enough thought around himself to at least completely avoid the situation as he wanders towards what he wants. But then somebody will kind of break his concentration of sort as they are asking for assistance. And Rhys would probably wander off to help them as best he can, but perhaps it's too late for that soldier. And that's when he realizes.
You stare at the body, the slowly cooling body. You feel that hunger claw at your gut again. You can't save him, but you can make yourself feel better.
He would probably look around for a quick moment before giving in.
You drink. Though the blood is cooling, it is wonderful. It's the most delicious thing you've ever drank. The most refreshing drink of water after crossing a desert. You aren't full when you pull away, but the hunger no longer claws at you. And as you wipe your mouth, you have that dawning realization.
Oh, fuck. Until
Devlin!
cover the body really quick.
Devlin!
Yes.
You alright?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Just another day. Can't wait till this war is over, sir.
Colonel Garrett smiles at you and claps you on the back and says, "You did good out on the field. I heard what happened with the ambulance. Saved a lot of men that day."
Just doing my job, sir.
Alright. You go get some rest, soldier. You look a bit worse for wear yourself.
I appreciate that, sir. I will take my leave. Thank you.
Of course. Dismissed.
I will wander off. Internally still panicking.
We move back to the present as you reach home. You open the door, and it's as you left it. Sylvia is furiously writing in a journal, and there's a rat on her shoulder. A large rat.
You okay there, Sylvia?
Huh? What? What's going on?
Sorry,
Oh,
didn't mean
Rhys.
to startle you there.
Hi. No, it's okay. Just writing.
I can see that. Glancing at the rat and then back to the journal. What you got there?
What do you mean?
Glances at the rat again. A friend?
Oh, that's Templeton. He's fine. I told him not to eat anything in the cupboard.
Hi, Templeton. What are you writing? Ophelia said you saw some
The
stuff
vision.
today.
The vision. And she flips back a few pages, and you see words, but they're also almost drawn in a way. It's like a tidal wave with buildings being swept up, with bodies, just black ink splattered over the page.
What do you
It
think
looks
it
like
means?
she's used some of her own bloody tears as ink as well.
That looks pretty insane. You get these all the time?
Not all the time. I still don't know how or why it happens, but when she said revolution, and when you came out of the house, and I tried to comfort you, I had that vision. I think some kind of battle or some kind of big fight is coming. This is deeper than just the grudge she had. She's part of something bigger.
It's like it's gonna kind of motioning with the tidal wave she's drawn. Coming for all of New Orleans?
Yeah. Rhys, make me a intelligence and wits check.
Gotta find intelligence. Straight roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You notice that among the words, there are slashes. Always in groups of 4. 2 long on the end, 2 short in between. And it seems the words are grouped in groups of 4.
Hey, Sylvia.
What's
What's with the 4? Like, see here how these are all grouped? Was that?
Yeah, I don't know. That just kept appearing. And there was a weird sound, like a crunching sound, whenever I saw it, but it all went so fast.
Imagine that was pretty rough for you.
Yeah, it usually is.
Sorry, do you...
Anyways, I wanted to thank you for letting me stay here. I know I wasn't much help tonight, but I tried.
There. That meant a lot more than you can even imagine to me.
Thanks.
Yeah. And of course you can stay here. We're friends, right? And, whoever this, guy who's been bugging you is, make sure to take care of him for you.
She kind of goes quiet at that and holds her journal up to her chest. Templeton kind of snuffles her cheek. His name's Isaac. He was a bad influence when I was alive. He was really possessive. You know that saying that misery loves company? Yeah, that's him.
Got you. Sounds like a real piece of work.
Yeah.
But, like you said, misery loves company, and seems like the misery always is pretty charismatic, usually.
He did have kind of a way with words, but he also found me at a bad time in my life, and I stupidly believed that he could fix everything. And then when I was at a lowest point from everything, he took that from me too.
As will slowly offer his hand to her back, just like rubbing it, making sure she's okay with it if she wants to pull away, though.
She kind of curls up a little bit, but doesn't move your hand.
Really sorry about that. This kind of lifestyle. I always believed that everyone should be given a choice, but that's a pretty optimistic view, I've come to realize.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. Just, if it's just keeping him away, if it's maybe something else, you've got us.
I won't know. He wants me. He wants me to come back with him. And he's got it in his head that we belong together. I don't know if he thinks he's in love with me or he just wants to have me. I don't know. He thinks like it was some kind of, I don't know, like fate or some sign. He's crazy. Like Heaven's Gate crazy.
Sounds like it.
I don't want him to hurt any of you. But if it comes down to it, I probably just run away again. Like I have for the past however many fucking years.
I mean, if anything comes from what happened tonight, you don't have to. This could be your home. You have a choice, and we'll back you up on that choice. Running away doesn't always solve our issues. They always seem to come back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah. Thanks, Rhys.
Of course.
We should get some sleep.
Of course. The bedroom is yours.
You sure?
Yeah, you should. I got it all cleaned up, freshened up. Was gonna bring in some flowers, but wasn't exactly sure if you'd be into that. I don't know how allergies work with our kind, you know? So I was like,
I mean,
maybe
I
I'll
had
just stick with
allergies
it.
when I had allergies before and asthma, but I don't need to breathe anymore, so it's
That's true.
weird, but it doesn't bother me, at least.
That's true. I'll get flowers then. Tomorrow.
Cool. She kind of shifts and rubs her, like, her lower ribs and kind of grits her teeth, and there's a slight pop. Fuck, I forgot about that.
It happened. Are you okay?
I bit Ophelia and she socked me in the gut. I
Oh.
deserved it.
Good on you for being brave enough to bite her.
That wasn't bravery.
One of those,
Isaac
kind
was
of not
stalking
knowing
me,
what
and
you
I
do.
ran to. I kind of had a panic attack and thought she was trying to attack me, so. Chomp.
You. Hang on, let me grab, and he'll go over to the fridge and glance back at her. Can you, I've only got bags.
That works.
Cool. He'll take one and bring it over to her. An Ophelia punch definitely probably doesn't feel good, so,
It
hopefully
doesn't.
that'll help.
I'm pretty sure she would have punched right through me if I was alive.
I would like to think that also helps being her friend. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
sure, though.
Thanks. I'll just go to bed then.
Alright. Good night.
Night. And she wanders into the bedroom. On the
Rhys.
upper floor, if you two are home, Marcus and Jade, what are you two up to?
I think Jade is getting ready for bed, but this time it's different. This time she feels like she actually needs to go to bed. Her body is forcing her to become sluggish. She's kind of brushing her hair. She looks into a mirror and just sits with herself.
You notice the change in your eyes. You notice your skin's new pallor. Opening your mouth to brush your teeth, you see the fangs. It takes a bit of thought, but you can extend and retract them. It's an odd feeling. It doesn't hurt, but definitely different.
She finishes brushing her hair and getting ready for bed, and she slinks out the bathroom and curls up on her side of the bed, laying down and staring at the ceiling as if it was any other night. The thought of how this night could have ended still drums behind her eyes. The coldness of the black that ate her vision, the coldness that now still lingers, even when her eyes are open. This is all so new, yet so familiar.
The bed creaks slightly next to you as Marcus joins you in bed.
It's gonna take a minute to get used to. I can promise you that.
I know.
But once you are used to it, things will be a lot simpler for you.
Right. It's just a lot. But at least we have each other.
Of course, we'll always have each other. More so now than before.
She smiles at that and wraps her arms around him and brings him close in bed.
He would hold
She's-
her until
Go
she
ahead.
fell asleep. Marcus would hold her until she fell asleep.
It'd be a while.
Mm-hmm.
She'd just keep her eyes on him, finding the odd experience of not really having to blink anymore.
Jade, you think back to the first night that you met Marcus. You remember being dragged into an alleyway. You were scared. There was a flurry of motion, and then all of a sudden, shouting. And soon you see a man standing over you, wearing a suit, young looking, high cheekbones, olive skin, dark hair, staring down at you as if you're a princess and he's a knight helping you to stand.
He was my knight. He still is my knight. Sorry.
Another gif in the chat.
No, just.
Ah, yes. Yep. Marcus, you also remember the night that led up to finding Jade. Do you remember offering your hand? And you remember as she took it. What did you say to her?
I can help you and take you away from here.
Please. Save me.
And Marcus carried her off and brought her to his apartment.
As the day sleep takes over you, Jade, you feel your body for the first time to go numb. It starts from the center of your chest and slowly spreads outwards. Your eyes close. You don't fall asleep so much as you enter that same void of nothing. It is a wakeless and restless sleep. Ophelia, you finish up downstairs, making sure everything's all locked up before returning. Molly is asleep on the couch. You start your routine before the day sleep will take you over.
Sorry, I was eating pollo de
You
Mexico.
You remember the last conflict that you really ever had a part in. You remember how it started. It came with simple order. Perhaps we should have dealt with this in less civil terms.
She watches as he walks out of the room, and she simply undoes the buttons holding her jacket together and pops her fingers. It's not even
No, please.
It's not even what could be considered a beatdown. It's just a massacre, a slaughter. No logical reason or real requirement for why it had to be this vicious and violent. It simply just had to be. She knocked on the door, on the inside of the door, once it was done.
The door clicks open.
It's
Marco is sitting in an armchair, smoking a cigar, overlooking the sea, the Bay of Naples. Is it done?
Yes, but you still never answered my question. Who was that guy? What did he do?
No one of importance.
Excuse me?
He was in my way.
I see. So you simply just got him out of your way. May I pray tell?
Yes. What is so hard for you to understand about that?
Nothing much. But I do recall saying, I do recall you telling me that I would only be taking out those who deserved it.
He stands and he rests the cigar in a very ornate ashtray. He folds his hands behind his back. Do you doubt my judgment, child?
No. Simply just making sure that things still align with what I was told. As you know, I'm not a fan of people going back on their word.
He sort of turns, looks over his shoulder at you before turning back. My child, Ophelia. It is not your job to question. You are the bronze bull. Where the matador points, the bull charges. That is the way of nature. That man posed a threat to the balance of power.
I see that. Forgive me. If you have no other need for me, I will be heading home.
Very good. Take what you wish out of him. At least put his body to good use.
She gives a nod and takes the man's heart and leaves. As she's
Before you leave,
Oh.
he turns again and says, Ophelia,
she stops and looks back at him.
question me again, and I will have to punish you. And you know what that punishment is.
And she gives a nod.
Good girl.
She leaves, taking off the mask and shoving the man's heart into her mouth. A feeling of doubt creeping into her gut.
We turn back to the present.
She does one
As
last...
you're getting ready for bed.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
She does one last
No, go ahead.
heavy punch on the heavy bag and just... Can't you just leave me the fuck alone for once?
The only sound that you hear is Molly's faint snoring on the couch.
And she pulls a blanket over Molly and sits on the edge of her bed. Fuck, I'm tired. I just want to live my life. Just want to have a simple life. But even I can't have that, it seems. And damn it, I'm too invested in shit to just leave it alone. And she's just gonna flop back on the couch and look up at the ceiling. Wonder if anything would have changed if I had just stopped him that day.
And I think that's a good place to end for tonight.